question?
It's a great question, actually, and would sort of a private public diplomacy approach floating this out there been more effective than whatever was said in the phone call between Morsi and Obama? I don't know, but I actually think, given my concerns about where Congress is and where we already have that tool in place, in a sense. There's not much appetite for a lot of this spending, and the billion-dollar debt relief and other things. I think, we've had 2 delegations in the last 3 weeks.
Billion-dollar debt relief of American debt, of American aid to Egypt.
American aid to Egypt. Again, I actually think somehow our political system, as dysfunctional as it is already sending that signal, in a sense. And I tend to believe that there are more downsides towards all of that. But we really are, and going back to this issue of rebalance, it's not only towards Asia, it's the thrust that I think, whoever's president next year, this how do we invest in home, in our competitiveness? There's a strong strand in our politics that cuts across both lines. So, Jason, I think it's already out there in a sense. This package that we talked about for Egypt was announced a year and a half ago, and it wasn't solely bureaucracy or a lack of American leadership. It was a complex situation in Egypt, but it's also, I think, a very complicated debate that cuts across both parties on Capitol Hill about whether or not we're going to spend this. My point is, my view is this, like longer run, sort of medium to longer run, later this decade, that money's going down. I mean, it's not going to be the 1.5 billion or so. It's likely going to be something much more smaller. And I actually think we should consider aid to be a bridge to something that's much more functional rather than some sort of system of fostering dependencies that are dysfunctional. And I think this is where I think we all agree. And I actually think if we all put our minds together, we can use this downsizing in a sense smartly as opposed to just abruptly ripping it off, and stopping.